where we bring you everything pop culture and funny commercials. I'm Rebecca Michael here with Mike Beatrice, and do you guys notice anything different behind me? Brian made me new background.
Wow. Well, more specifically, Jim Festante of the game show made you new background. So we can thank Jim Festante, and he's going to be on the game show coming up in a little bit. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome back.
Hi, Brian. I missed you, and I see you've been working so much. I missed you so much too, and I see you've been working really hard. But I'm a little upset over something.
Yes.
I did not approve that hidden camera up there.
What do you mean? What do you mean,
the one
Rebecca?
That shows the one that's not lady friendly.
I don't understand what you're talking about, Rebecca.
The non-lady friendly camera.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Okay, you're creeping me out now.
You look really good in your new background, Rebecca.
I do.
Yeah.
Chloe, how's my forehead? Am I shiny? Am I shining yet? No Portuguese? All right, good. Before we move on, I have to just at the top of the show do this because I will forget to do it. I have to thank Samuel, Walter, and Senor Shutter for their donations to Commercial Break over the hiatus. Give them a round of applause. Mike's already trying to steal the money, and I'm like, Mike, we need the money for the backgrounds. So thank you guys. That was so sweet of you, and I apologize if I didn't get back to you right away because I didn't know. Because I was away and we were all on hiatus. We're like Europeans now. We take these like 6-week vacations.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything for 6 weeks. I was just lying down, staring at the popcorn ceiling paint on my ceiling.
You were on the Aegean Sea with all the Russian people vacationing. Mikey,
yeah,
I got to throw it to you and intro you. How you doing?
I'm great.
All right.
I'm just over here in my new set. I was talking before the show. It feels like I'm working in CTU and we're solving crimes 24 hours a day. I love this.
I know. You
it's
do
like a
look
dream come true.
You do look like you're on like Criminal Minds or something.
Yeah,
there.
like one of the like CSI or it's CSI commercials. We're going to solve crimes committed in commercials. I think.
Maybe we
could pitch this.
Maybe you can solve the curse of commercial break.
Yes, because it's much like Star Trek. It's always the person in red that dies, and we've lost Frangiola and we've lost Keen. But it's all fine.
Listen, we didn't lose
hey, you know, no one else is really trained very well on the TriCaster yet, and you know, if the red shirt guy dies in this episode, you guys are gonna be left hanging.
By the way, hey Rebecca.
What?
Senor Shutter says they missed you.
I missed them too.
And also they said you're welcome for the donation.
I really appreciate it.
PSI is very happy to have Jenna Hayes back.
Oh,
so we
I
enjoyed
forgot about that.
Yeah. They all think we should get the samurai sword guy as a guest now.
Oh, well, I'm scared of him.
I know, me too. And then Cabrone wants to know why is the hidden camera not lady friendly?
Because it's up above from weird angles that make women look larger than they appear.
You can't even like make out like that you're like male or female from that far away. Like what do you want from me?
Well, I told Mary Gallagher, who's my guest tonight, that she had watched a lot of episodes and we both had discussed that it was lady friendly because we shoot from like here up, which is great for girls.
This is all I prepared.
Yeah, this is all we prepared. Had we known, we would have worn like our skinny jeans or, you know, our girdles. Because, you know.
Eliza does the show pantsless. She's fine
okay, but
with
Eliza is like teeny weeny, like a size 0. Like I could fit her in my pocket. Trust me, she's very tiny. Anyway, but without further ado, you guys, Mary Gallagher is in the house with us tonight. Can we give her a round of applause for joining Commercial Break? Look how lovely she looks. She did her makeup like perfect.
Yeah, no line.
Now, see, you look really good on that monitor, and that's the crappy monitor. So that means you're going to look like supermodel Elle Macpherson good on the regular monitor. And look at the new background. Mike, what do you think of that background? Pretty fancy.
Well, I think it's fine, but I also thought the hidden camera was fine, so.
Well, you probably were behind the whole hidden camera idea.
It's true.
I want to give a quick shout out to Drink Moxie, Curdy Sack, Christy J, Hardbell 88, Whiffles 91, Tumor 20. How you doing? Bazball in the house, Rabid Penguin Monger. Say that 3 times in a row perfectly, and I will give you a banana. Cherry Pie, Camel 7X, Sociology Geek, Bottom Boy. How you doing? How's everything going for you? Shawno, nice to see you, and Mad Guy Tate. Did you have to add the Tate? It's a little confusing. I just want to give you a shout out. Whiffles 91. Are you from Boston? Do I know you? I feel like I do. Anyway, Mary.
Yes.
What's been going on in your neck of the woods? We're really excited to have you here. You've been doing a lot of commercials over the past few years, And one of the big things that you've been doing, in case you guys don't know this, Mary did the Lean Cuisine ad campaign that went on and on and on for like 2 years. I think you guys are going to recognize her from some bits and pieces of that. But tell us a little bit about that before I show them some stuff.
Well, I was just very excited every time that they called and said we were doing more spots because, as you know, you have to audition all the time for commercials. So this one just kind of kept on going. We get phone calls saying, okay, we're going to do some more. And
that's awesome. So when you auditioned for this, how many times did you have to go in?
Actually, I missed the first audition. I was in New York at a comedy festival, and I got cut right away. I had a really bad set, and I was cut. And when I came home that day from the airport, Fred Goss, who directed the first batch of Lean Cuisine commercials, he told his assistant, just check to make sure that Mary Gallagher is not available, because my agent told them that I was not available because I was out of town. But I guess it kind of paid to not be funny at that comedy festival because I went right to the callback
ad campaign.
I did.
Which pays a lot more people than a comedy festival, because who just did a comedy festival for free? Mama did. Okay, in her own hometown, and let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. I'll tell you guys all about that later in the chat room. Anyway, so without chatting too long, I do want to get to her first spot. This is one of the first ads that you guys will remember from Lean Cuisine. Brian, can we go ahead and take a look?
I hate dieting.
Yeah, me too.
Still hungry. You're not dieting?
Nope. I'm having sesame chicken in a tangy Asian-style sauce with noodles, red peppers, and crisp green beans. It's from Lean Cuisine. It's how I stay on track.
I want to be on track.
Lean Cuisine. Do something good for yourself.
And that's why Mary's so skinny, you guys.
Yeah, and I'm looking at that, realizing I bought the purple velvet jacket from wardrobe and never wore it once.
But at the time, you just had to have it.
I had to.
I know a lot of people who do that. They book a commercial and they end up buying the wardrobe clothes. I totally remember that one. Actually, sometimes I think I still see that one on. I noticed how they gave you and the other girl the flip hair. Like, remember the flip do?
Yep. Had the flip often on commercials. And Susan's got the blonde.
Now,
hair,
Susan looks really familiar to me. Is she in a lot of stuff?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She does a lot of ads. She does a lot of TV. And she's also married to Kevin Nealon.
Oh, how nice for her.
Yep. And she has a beautiful baby boy, 2 years old, I think he is,
that's
or
awesome.
1.5.
That's great. Yeah, I eat those Lean Cuisines a lot. Mike, do they recognize that one?
They do. They do recognize the ad, and now suddenly everybody's hungry.
I know. Doesn't that make you hungry? When we did the Carl's Jr. episode, we were all starving, and everybody in the chat room was mad at us because they couldn't get a Carl's Jr. Anyway, Mary did a lot of these. She did several of them, but I'm going to show you guys a couple more just so you can kind of see. It was a whole campaign, and you can also see them on the internet. They're like a whole web series of girls that did these, and it's her and the other two girls, and it's just kind of like when we had Kirk on, and he did a web series similar with like some other product. This seems to be the trend that we're seeing in commercials now. So Brian, let's go ahead and take a look at Veggie Lean.
I have been meaning to eat more veggies. And just a little dip wouldn't hurt, right? Yeah, just a little. Little bit? Yeah. Excuse me.
Pardon me?
That was fabulous. So good.
What are you guys doing?
We're eating our veggies.
Me too. I'm having edamame, broccoli, and red peppers in a sesame stir-fry with chicken and whole wheat vermicelli. It's a new spa meal from Lean Cuisine with twice the veggies. That looks good too.
Lean Cuisine. Do something good for yourself.
So cute. I love that. So wait, so you eat one, and then the other day you're kind of cheating and the other girl eats one. Was that like the ongoing theme?
That's right. Every episode we would rotate who would be
on the diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you'd badmouth the person who wasn't on it, and then you'd be the one on it. So.
I see. Mike, do they have questions for Mary on those?
Well, right now we're still stuck on what everybody's going to have for dinner. And for some reason, Toomer thinks I need to buy everybody In-N-Out. I'm not sure how we arrived at that. But even though everybody in the chat room in Justin is hungry, you know our crowd. They're not exactly hankering for the lean cuisine, delicious though they may be. We're discussing what constitutes a bacon western double cheeseburger.
Which has nothing to do with lean cuisine. However, if lean cuisine would like to come out with a meal that's a bacon western double cheeseburger and have it be only...
is there confusion about what does indeed constitute a bacon western double cheeseburger? Because it's 2 hamburger patties, cheese, onion rings, bacon, and barbecue sauce on a sesame seed bun at Carl's Jr.
Right, but somebody, Brian, in here, somebody was ordering a bacon cheeseburger but hold the bacon, and then the discussion became, is that technically a bacon cheeseburger when you hold the bacon?
I'm not even gonna honor that with a response.
I'm totally with you. See, we've already solved one case here at CTU.
See, one case is solved. And you know, a girl can dream, you guys. A girl can dream that lean cuisine could come up with some amazing astronaut meal that is only 300 calories, yet tastes like a double bacon cheeseburger western with the barbecue sauce. And aren't the onion rings on it too? That's... Yeah.
Yes.
And real quick, Starliner posted Mary's IMDb link, so if you guys want to check that out, and if somebody can cut and paste that over in the Stickum, that would be nice as well.
Yeah, run her star meter up, you guys.
Absolutely.
Make her cool in Hollywood. Who
Actually,
knows?
Bottom Boy had a question, and I get it, but Mary, do people ever, and this is all in good humor, do they ever confuse you with Molly Shannon's character on SNL?
I knew we were going to go there.
It was inevitable.
Yeah, for a long time, especially when she had the movie Superstar come out. Superstar. I remember just, going to auditions and people saying, next, Mary, Superstar, Gallagher. And yeah, I can remember seeing the poster on Wilshire driving, seeing Mary Gallagher starring in a movie, but it wasn't me.
Yeah.
No.
That had to get old as a stand-up comedian too, because you were doing stand-up then, or maybe around that time, or people still remember. I mean, now people still remember it too. But did people tease you?
They would always put their fingers in their armpits, and So I like Molly Shannon a lot. I think she's awesome. But it was always the
joke got old.
Yeah, a little bit when they keep doing it to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they'd always want to know what my middle name was, which was Patricia.
Mary Patricia Gallagher.
And she's Mary Catherine Gallagher.
Yes. Well, we're going to go ahead and take a look at The Dangler, which is part of the episodic series of Lean Cuisine. This is the last one that we're going to show of this particular commercial that she did. But this is really cute, really funny, you guys. So pay attention. Stop talking about food. Pay attention. Brian.
We got ourselves a dangler.
Don't. Come on, Lisa, let's go. Come in.
Oh, yeah. Leslie, put some hip into it.
Okay. How's that?
Come down.
Is it coming?
Is it coming?
Shake
Heads
it.
up,
Come on,
heads up,
Lisa.
heads up.
Hey, sup? Just enjoying our day.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Good. Can I get it down? Come on. Gravity. It's teasing me, ladies. It's teasing
You
me.
gotta have it by now.
Shake it. I feel it. Get in Mama's mouth. Mommy wants a bite of you. Get in Mama's mouth.
Anything? Oh, come on.
I got change for $1.
I'm sorry, but that is like, you had to have been improvising that whole thing because it came out so perfect.
Perfect. I can't believe there's actually a shot of me not laughing because I was just cracking up every time I see Shelley Pack's hips move left to right.
Oh my gosh.
And Susan Yeagley was like 8 months pregnant, so she's lying on the floor saying, "Get in Mama's mouth." And it's hysterical.
It's hysterical. Go ahead, Mike.
What was the audition for that like? Or did you guys already have it booked at that point, so you didn't have to audition for that specific one?
Right. We already had the campaign, so they would just call and tell us what we would gladly be doing.
So Mary, break down the rehearsal for something like that. Like that, how many days did that take to shoot, and like how did that process come about? Because there had been ideas that came up because it came out too, like somebody did not write that perfectly.
Well, the ad campaign was really great that did that. There was 3 women, and we always thought we represented those 3 ad agency writers. So we were always like, which one am I? Am I Samantha?
Yeah.
And but I think I don't know if other commercial actors feel this way, but whenever I get to a commercial set, there is no rehearsal, and I have no idea what I'm doing, because you get cast, and then sometimes you get on the set, and they're like, okay, 5 minutes to be on the set, and you don't. The copies change, so I never really feel like I know what is going to happen on a commercial set. So I mean, from what I remember, we went over that maybe that morning, and then after breakfast we shot it. Yeah.
How long did it take to actually get the shots?
Maybe 2 hours to shoot
Wow.
that. I mean, actually on set, but then all the other people
stuff,
who set it up, they're there for a very long time.
Yes. Well, that is so cool. I love that one so much. Oh, just so you streamers know, because I know this is our ongoing joke that I never audition for commercials. I actually had 2 auditions for commercials this week, and I was on a veil for one commercial. Mary, will you explain to them what a veil is so they understand?
Well, on a veil is when you get a call saying that they like you and they want you and maybe one other, 2 or 3 other women that they're looking at, and they actually check your availability to see if you're available on that day, and then you sit by the phone and days go by and you don't hear, and
then the phone never rings.
Exactly. You know what I thought of the other day? People say, oh, what do you got going on right now? You know how you audition for things and then you never hear if you don't get it? So technically, I could be up for a lot of things right now that are from years ago. Because my mom always says, well, you didn't hear that they don't want you.
That's hilarious.
So,
yeah, my mom does that too. Like, it's hard to explain to your parents how everything works. So if a few days go by and I don't hear, I'm like, oh, so I didn't get it. And she's like, well, you never know.
Exactly.
You just don't know, honey. Yeah. Like, she's very optimistic. Mike, I see you have questions.
Yeah, well, Drink Moxie is a good take on being on a veil. And it's like the day after a blind date. You never know if you're going to get the call, and the call never comes.
Yeah,
That's a great take.
It is like that.
PSI 1 wants to know, Mary, will you be on a veil for him?
Oh. Taken.
We have some questions. Well, actually, first of all, a comment, and you have to understand our demographic, Mary. Timer FX thought the vending machine ad, as did others, was a little like softcore.
Really?
Just a little bit. But a couple good questions. One, Drink Moxie would like to know if when you're shooting the ads, you guys are actually eating the lean cuisine food. And then totally separate subject, Senor Shutter wants to know what it was like working on Mad About You and how the cast was.
Okay, well, yeah, we did eat the food, and you don't really taste it because, you don't want to get it in your teeth, so you kind of do a phony eating where you eat it and then you spit it out, and there's always someone that you feel very sorry for underneath the desk holding a bucket that you spit in, and you're very nice to for the rest of the day. And let's see, Mad About You was just an awesome experience because the week that I was on it, James Carville and his wife, Mary Matlin, I think that's how you pronounce her name, were also special guests, and they are these, politically minded people. And the week that I was on it, the Monica Lewinsky scandal broke, so we didn't rehearse at all. All we did is just sit around the stage and listen to James Carville tell us, that he had just gotten a call that morning at 5 a.m. from the president, and we just got this really exciting insider's look at what was going on in the news on the set of Mad About You. So I didn't know, am I in Hollywood? Am I in Washington? It was very exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really neat for someone like myself from Wisconsin to experience that.
I would have been calling all my friends, breaking the news of the Monica Lewinsky scandal.
Yeah.
I would have been all over that.
It was pretty exciting.
But we didn't have Twitter, Facebook, MySpace then. I mean, we didn't even have texting, and we were all just starting to get our cell phones, and we thought our cell phones were so cool.
Right. We had to do the long, drawn-out email to tell someone something.
Mike, one more question before we go to the next clip.
Well, first of all, it's not so much a question, but people are very curious about the whose job it is to actually be the spit guy on the commercials.
Yeah, I don't know, that might be his technical name, the spit guy, but it was probably, I'm thinking maybe a PA, or I'm not quite sure.
There's some really weird jobs.
I wonder if that's a union gig.
I would probably, I don't know.
Can we get a spit guy as a guest one week?
I'd like a spit guy.
Let's try and make that happen.
Yeah, let's try. Jared? Chloe? Just kidding. Chloe is way too qualified to be the spit girl. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. It's hilarious. If you guys know Phil Mickelson's in this, right?
Oh, yeah, Phil Mickelson.
This is a Crown Plaza commercial that Mary did that's very funny. Watch this.
Yeah, first of all, very flattered that everybody would come. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions before we move on?
Do you remember the girl wearing the Go Phil shirt following you around?
Yeah.
It's me.
I
It's
do.
been me on several occasions.
I started papering my cubicle with pictures of you.
Do you have a picture of this, Ryan? I mean, I'd love to see it.
I've got a mental picture of it, and it's
I do too.
pretty weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I believe that I have a happy marriage because of you, because sometimes I do a little substitution, you know, just mentally.
Whoa.
But
Anyway, Mike, let's...
You get the best spots. You really do. These
Fred
are very
Goss.
funny.
Yeah, that was so neat because Phil did not know who was a real fan and who was an actor.
Yeah.
And so the woman across from me with the Go Phil shirt on, she's a real fan. And then the guy next to me is a real fan. And Phil was not told who of us was an actor. And so I just remember him being, you know, just a little freaked out sitting next to me and just kind of like, okay, you know, as opposed to if he knows you're an actor, you're just all pretending. But a lot of those people were real.
They were real,
Yeah.
like they recruited real fans to be in the commercial.
I think they had a contest on,
Really?
on who could be the most, you know, far out there. And he has quite a following. I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah, he does.
woman, she talked to me for hours about, you know, her life with Phil.
Creepy. Creepy. Hey, Mike, do they remember, or I'm sure they like that one.
They did actually, and people want to, Drink Moxie and Jack on Hyde want to know how, and I'm paraphrasing, but how was Phil?
He was fantastic. He has very blue eyes and very tall and just very professional. And, you know, it was very exciting. My grandfather was a golfer, and I didn't know too much about him, but like all my auditions that's anything sports related, my husband fills me in before I go on the audition, tells me everything I need to know about Phil Mickelson, and, you know, then I was able to do it.
Her husband, ladies, who she met in line at a Ralph's grocery store. So there is hope. There is hope for all of us that it could happen. You better look your best, ladies, because she happened to be having a really lip gloss. She happened to be having a really pretty day. She had just come over our agent's office. I got the whole story. She was all made up, and she was like, when she met him, she's like, you know, I don't look like this all the time. So hilarious.
Yeah.
So you just never know. If you're going to Starbucks at 8 a.m., make sure you look good because your husband could be in line right next to you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next clip, which is The Roots of Rock. I remember this was a credit card campaign commercial, and Mary, there's a lot of people in it, but pay attention because you'll see where Mary is. Go ahead and take a look.
Lunch where Clapton became Slowhand, £0. Cover charge where John Bon Jovi played his first show, $0. 5 minutes on Kenny Chesney's original tour bus, $0. Getting back to where it all began, priceless. Use your MasterCard and you can meet a rock legend where he got his start. Go to priceless.com.
That's cool. I remember that commercial.
That was fun. I thought when I was first cast, I was told or I heard, you know, made up in my mind that I was going to be in a commercial with Bon Jovi. And so I told a couple people, yeah, I'm doing this commercial tomorrow. Bon Jovi's going to be there. They're like, what? My wife loves Bon Jovi. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then you get there, and again, it's never always quite what you think, or at least what I think.
I love how you guys have like the red cups in the bar.
Oh, right.
You know, thing?
Yeah,
that's just funny
smoky
to me.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that actor, and just my girlfriend who's single, every time I do a spot with, you know, and have a pretend husband, I'm always just like, so, you married? And I just remember asking him a lot about his personal life because I thought, oh, he's a cute guy. I wonder if he'd like to date my friend.
So you're like the little matchmaker.
A little bit. When when you get cast with all these guys who are playing your husband, and you have a husband, you want to maybe spread the wealth.
Spread the wealth somewhere.
Something.
Mike, do they remember that one? What's
They
going
do.
on in the
Everybody
chat?
loves that commercial. I love
do
that
too.
commercial.
It's so cute.
And then quick shout-outs and then some questions. We have Fa and Brianna. We have Timer FX, PSI1. We have Mac2 Ninja, Jackal and Hyde, and who else? We've got The Fridge is hanging out, Robster Craws, which I enjoy. And then Juavik, if I'm pronouncing that right, says, first of all, you are a very good actress, and then wants to know what your next gig is.
Well, that would probably be taking my daughter to preschool. But I'm currently auditioning. I have a 3.5-year-old little girl that I just love hanging out with. So sometimes she comes with me to the auditions, and that's, I did do a pilot recently with these two great guys, Andrew Schwartz and Bennett Barbacow. Called Colt. It's on my website. You can see a scene from it, and they're currently shopping it around. I did it with Jerry Lambert, who you should totally have on the show. He is just hysterical. He is so funny. You guys would totally know him. So anyway, I did that. I did another thing kind of on spec, the movie A Christmas Story. There's a producer who's trying to bring that back as a series, and I recently played Peter Billingsley's wife from, Ralphie from A Christmas Story. So, just doing kind of getting out there again a little bit since having my daughter, and yeah, probably eating some chocolate.
She's a busy girl. This kind of girl auditions in LA all the time, let me tell you. She is like commercial gold, this one. I do want to get to your reel, only because your friends, there's a tiny clip of your friend's spot, which you guys was a guest star spot, and I'm sure some of you will have recognized the episode in it because Friends is in syndication and it runs constantly every day at like 5 o'clock. So I do want to go ahead and move on to her reel so we can talk about some things in there because I think you guys will want to see this.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm looking for Eddie Minowick.
He's not here right now. I'm Chandler.
I'm Tilly.
Well, yeah, your name came up in a conversation that terrified me to my very soul.
How you doing? Maddie Tatum. We've worked together for 2 years.
Did you say immunization education?
Yeah, you moved $40 million from nutrition services in the...
I didn't move anything.
It's in the HHS final.
Let me see that. This isn't what we had this morning. Who moved the money?
Must have been Max.
Max doesn't know anything.
Then I give up.
Boy, really leaving no stone unturned, aren't you?
You look so sexy.
You like it?
I love it. You look adorable.
Got a bottle of wine.
Uh-huh, lovely, lovely.
And stone ground wheat crackers.
No cheese? Just kidding, just kidding. Here we go. Some crackers and wine.
It's nice, huh?
Yeah, sweet. There's your husband.
You've already done something with success.
Wow, all right.
Just want to point out the good.
Sweetie, can we talk about something?
Yes.
Stop.
No cheers?
I love that. What was that? Is that a pilot?
Yeah, that was a pilot. Yeah.
Was that the one you just shot, or was that a different one?
That was a while ago. That was actually right before Josh Radnor got How I Met Your Mother. But it was an NBC pilot with Rob Reiner that was just very exciting. And I realize I've, done a lot of pilots that haven't gotten sold, but
it's tough.
I'm hoping one day.
It's really tough with the pilots, and a lot of pilots, they don't even give them a chance, you know what I mean? Or if they're on like 2 or 3 episodes and that's it. Tell us a little bit about your Friends experience, because I mean, obviously that was a bigger role than what we saw. It was like the whole episode, but tell us a little bit of, like, was that surreal for you to work with all those people, or?
It was very surreal, especially because I think I was waiting tables at the time, and just, to get that information that you're going to go to a show like that and have a week, doing that, and then it ends and you're back to the chop shop or wherever you're working. But it was just, really, it kind of, I felt like started my little bit of TV career, because after that a lot of casting directors wanted to meet me. They were like, oh, Friends, you're on Friends, I love Friends, I watch Friends. So it was fantastic. Whenever I see that clip, I'm always amazed that I can talk and be in the scene, because I just am thinking in my mind of all the millions of people that see that show, and it's like I felt like I wasn't even present. But I see it, I'm like, oh, I did do the show, but I don't really remember it because I was very nervous.
It's like an outer body experience when you're there.
It really is.
Because you're turning around, there's Courtney Cox and there's Jennifer Aniston, and you said the week you shot Tom Selleck was there, and it's just crazy, you know, all these people.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. I remember the sound man saying, "You're a little nervous, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah, how'd you know?" He said, "Well, we can all hear your heartbeat from the mic in the booth." So
how embarrassing.
Yeah, it was, but a great experience. I remember meeting Tom Selleck and him just going out of his way to make me feel welcome there, because he was a guest star, and he'd be knocking on my dressing room door saying, you know, "Gallagher, get out here. I need someone to talk to." So
oh, that's so sweet.
I mean,
how cool.
What a guy.
Magnum wants to hang out.
Hang out.
Mike, questions from the chatty chatters.
Yes. First of all, Senor Shutter and others really enjoyed the pigtails, and we can just presume that pigtails will dominate the conversation for the rest of the show. That's how that goes. We do have a really good question actually from Brianna over in Stickham. But first, apparently there's a noise thing with an echo, and I just want to address this in the chat room. It's because I'm theater trained, and I'm loud, and I project from the diaphragm, people. That's why. And we have these new, I guess, omnidirectional microphones, and those with the hidden camera. It's all part of how we're socializing commercial break. Yeah, we're nationalizing the program, and I don't want to get political, but that's all it is. The question from Brianna is, where in Wisconsin are you from?
I'm from Elm Grove, Wisconsin, and I went to University of Wisconsin, Green Bay, and then from there I went to Chicago. But yeah, Elm Grove. And I found out my house is for sale right now, the one I grew up in. So I was thinking, go Badgers.
Go Buckeyes.
And Packers.
And many other things that come from the Midwest. So how long were you in Chicago?
I was there for about 3 years. And
Second City?
Second City. Met a great guy who moved out to LA and kind of gave me my start out here. He was a writer on the show Duckman, which I heard some of you guys talking about in the chat room. So, you know, made a good friend and really gave me some help coming out to LA.
Cool.
Because of going to Chicago.
So you kind of came out here, and that was like one of the first things you got to do was Duckman.
Yeah, it was, because of my friend Michael, who wrote on Duckman, and I think he got me, you know, an audition on the show, and that's how
Michael Markowitz?
Michael Markowitz, yeah.
Because that's in your IMDb bio, that you're best friends with writer-producer Michael Markowitz. Parents were Marines, so you probably make your bed every morning.
Every morning, up at 5 a.m.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, guys, get your adjectives together, because Mary Gallagher is going to sell you something that you have never seen in your life. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to sit in suspense. Mike, are they doing well at giving you words?
We've got good ones. You want them now?
Oh, you already have them?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We are locked and loaded.
Yes, let's give it to us.
By the way, real quick, people are confusing Duckman with Howard the Duck. No. Get on your IMDb and make that happen. Tumor 20 is throwing out, and this is in no particular order, throwing out bodacious. So we have bodacious. Andrew is throwing out scatterbrained. Enjoy that one. Sociology, however that name went, is throwing out ostentatious. Starliner is chiming in with diseased. And Fa has suggested woebegone, which I like that one. So it's kind of an eclectic little group of adjectives. Was that 5? Do we have 5? Okay.
Yes, that's 5. I'm laughing because Brian is the worst speller I've ever.
I cannot spell, and I never have the time to explain to the guests that I went to an education system that didn't believe in spelling. They just thought it was a waste of time. There was better things to spend teaching you. Like the school I went to actually taught you like a little bit how to do your taxes and how to like do things in your house and how to work on your car. And they were like, let's teach you how to like live in the world. Let's teach you how to vote, and let's teach you how to. And they're like spelling.
What school was this? I think that's a great idea.
Verona High School in New Jersey had a really great disabled. My sister had a learning disability, and so they really do special things for learning disabled people there. Point being is, I really don't know how to spell because my school's philosophy was back in the late 80s and the early 90s that eventually computers will be so good they will automatically correct your spelling for you. So why waste time training the kids on how to spell?
Wow. Well, I will say this in defense of Brian's spelling. He is a genius at technology and computers. So it really makes up for his spelling skills. But anyway, enough about Brian.
But I really did spell all these words, just read how I spelled diseased.
Yeah, that one I was a little concerned
I have
about.
no idea. I still don't know how to spell it. So.
We need omnidirectional spell check.
Yeah, apparently. Sorry, all right, back to the show.
Back to the show. Okay, so tonight Mary Gallagher is going to sell you guys a beautiful piece of artwork. Yes, look at that. It's a beautiful stream piece of artwork. I don't know where it came from. We found it in the lobby. This is improv at its best, people, because when we go into these auditions, sometimes they make us do really stupid things. So we think it's a lot of fun for those of you who are new to the show that we do this fake audition where Mary has to use those 5 words that you guys just gave us in her audition, and she has to somehow pull something together off the top of her head. So let's give her a round of applause and take it away, Mary.
Thank you. Sometimes I'm scatterbrained and I forget to buy food. So instead, I have a picture of it. Want to look bodacious but not put weight around your waist? Just look at this not diseased, very tasty treat. And you don't need to be smart enough to know the meaning of the word ostentatious to have it. And now, woe be gone. Thank you.
Oh, yay! And if you eat that, you won't have a muffin top.
Right.
For those of you who don't know what a muffin top is, it's the rolls that hang over your jeans.
That the camera in the upper right-hand corner may be showing.
Yes,
mine.
which I don't have because I've been doing my crunches. Yeah, Brian, hello. Creepy big brother.
What do they
Is
call?
Obama watching me right now? Is Obama watching me? I'm freaked out.
I hope Obama's watching right now. What's up, Obama? Hey, what is it called when the girl that goes to the club? I know it's a muffin top when her skirt, her belly fat is spilling out of her skirt. What about when her leg fat is spilling out of her boots that are too thin? Like there's just leg fat spilling out.
Mean and cruel. I'm not even gonna come up with a word for that because that is a mean guy thing.
I think that's camel neck.
Is it really?
I just made that up.
Oh,
no.
Now you're going to start a trend all throughout the stream world. Mikey, a couple more questions for her.
Well, to answer Brian's question, the chat room has some thoughts. Sausage pants, thunder thighs, and then future diabetic. That's a good one. But it tailspins after that. It just...
Because I'm sure that all you men that are typing this right now are in tip-top shape as you sit at your computer.
It's not all men.
On a Friday.
On a Friday night. I'm just teasing you. I'm here on a Friday night. Look at me.
I never go out. I can't believe I have people clothes on
This is like Mary's night out. This is her like big night out.
If I don't have an audition, I got dressed and
she got dressed. This is like a big night out for her. By the way, you guys, tomorrow's our 1000th episode, Stream.tv red carpet party here in Los Angeles at Hollywood and Highland. Brian has so much money he's rented out the Kodak Theater where they have the Oscars for our Stream.tv party.
Not exactly accurate.
We rent that out of Carl's Jr.
And I'm wearing.
Oh my God, that would have been great.
I'm going to be wearing like Versace or something probably. Yeah, right. Chloe and I have no idea what we're going to wear. But anyway, so you guys stick around for the post show. We're going to wrap it up here. We really appreciate you tuning in. We've been gone, it seems like forever because we were one of the last shows and then we went on hiatus and then yada, yada, yada. But it's so good to be back. We really appreciate you tuning in. For those of you I didn't give a shout out to, we will definitely get to you in the chat room. Think of some really good questions for Mary in the post show about stuff she's been in, because I'm sure we didn't get to everything. So signing off here from commercial break, I'm Rebecca Michael with Mary Gallagher and Mike Beatrice. Have a great night.